schools in Moruleng have fallen victim to arson attacks. 4 schools were torched on Thursday evening, leaving learners without a place to learn on Friday. The motive is still unclear. Police are investigating this matter. For more, let's get our reporter Zinhle Kanyane, who joins us live from there. Zinhle, very good morning to you. How has this affected learning in those schools?
Definitely, Mpo, this has affected learning in these schools, especially during a pandemic when schools are trying to adjust to the regulations and ensuring that learners are spaced out, social distancing is happening, and there's a timetable that ensures that certain children come twice a week in the school to avoid overcrowding, and we know our schools are famous for overcrowding. So this particular incident has definitely affected schooling. I'm at the Offense primary school here in Moruleng. It's one of the schools that have been burnt. For this particular classroom, you can see that the door itself has been burnt, but we're told that the blaze was not able to penetrate through the door to go inside. So this class of the grade R's is still relatively useful and can be used just by repairing the door itself, but there's another classroom of the grade R's here that was more damaged than the one I'm talking about. We are told the school does have CCTV footage, and we are told by the principal that you can see in the footage, you can see 3 males coming into the premises and burning these particular classrooms. This is the second classroom that we are entering into, which has had more damage. As you can see, there are remnants of the blaze itself. The carpet is slightly burned out. You can see that the blaze was able also to penetrate inside the classroom, and we are told this classroom cannot be usable anymore until the department is able to renovate it effectively, because essentially it's not really a very safe environment for grade R's to come in here and work. But these are just some of the remnants that you see in these live visuals of what was left. You can see even the door, the impact of the petrol bomb actually destroyed the door, which made it easy for the blaze to come inside and destroy what it could. But what is also astounding is that this happened at 1:20 on Friday morning, and it was just a few minutes after the first school was burned. Earlier on in our earlier crossing, we were at a high school that also had 2 of its classrooms burnt down, the staff room burnt as well, and obviously there it also affected the matrics. We know that matriculants are having a very difficult year this year, and this particular incident has affected learning, and we're told on Friday no learning actually happened in these particular schools. But as it stands, police haven't really arrested anybody, and the motive for now is unknown.
Now, this is not the first time. I mean, those scenes are shocking, Zinhle, as you take us through that classroom, but this is not a new phenomenon. We saw this in Gauteng during the very hard lockdown, where schools were getting vandalized and several arrests being made. How close are police to making some sort of arrest in that matter?
Well, police in Po are not really disclosing at this point how close they are to arresting these suspects, especially with the CCTV footage that was obtained in this school. The faces of these perpetrators were not seen because the lighting in this school was not so good itself, but also the security around our schools, we know, have not really been a priority for the Department of Education. So that's why schools like this carry on falling victim to these kind of crimes. But we cannot also neglect, the tensions in Moruleng that are coming out of the fight in the royal family for that throne. And we know that just last week there were close physical confrontations between the groups that are fighting for the throne. So police are investigating that, which might be one of the motives, but for now the police are really holding their cards very close to their chest as they are investigating the motive behind these attacks.
Leave it there for now. Our reporter Zinhle Kanyane bringing us the very latest coming out of Moruleng in the northwest as schools are torched. And of course, we'll continue to bring you the developments as and when the information becomes available, with police working to ensure those responsible are brought to book.